Alright, in this video I'm going to show you how to create text in Adobe Illustrator and add cut lines for the printer, the Roland printer specifically. Alright, so whenever you create your new document, there's some things to choose from, like a letter, which is 8.5 by 11, or a tabloid size document, but you want to do a custom document and you want the width to be 52, and then this will probably be set on picas. You want to switch that to inches. Okay, and I know that the printer is 53 inches wide, but we're just going to go 1 inch shorter so that we don't have any issues when we try to upload it into the software. Okay, I'm going to name this printer, just so that whenever I click create, it will save this and I'll be able to come back to it later, just kind of like tabloid or letter. So you can make it whatever height you want, and you just want to do one artboard. You can always add more, but it's just easier if you just start with one, since we have 52 inches to work with anyways. Alright, so I'm going to click create. Right, and here is my artboard. So it's 54 or 52 inches across and 24 inches high. To make text, you come over and click on the type tool, or you can just simply hit the letter T, and then you can click and drag, your text box, and it's going to fill it in with dummy text. And I know the font looks small, but it's actually about a normal size 12-point font. It just looks, we just made a really big text box because we have 54 inches across. So if you zoom in, it has all of this like dummy text in it. But I'm just going to hit backspace or delete, and I'm going to type in what I want. I just typed in bears. Okay, so to change that font, I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to bump it up actually to like 150. Okay, now if you can't really tell, how big this is actually going to be, you can go up and turn on your rulers. Okay, and because we set our document up in inches, the 52 inches across, that means that this is in inches. So if we would have set this up in picas, then all of these numbers would be set in picas. Also, if we try to draw a square, like you can see how it's saying that it's 8.75 inches and 6.08 inches. If we'd set it up in picas, that would be in picas. So that's one of the reasons that you want to make sure that you set it up in inches. You can change it always in document setup, but I just like to stick with inches. Okay, so here is the word bears. If I were to just send this to the printer now, it would just print in black bears. But what I actually want to do, I hit the letter V, that's the keyboard shortcut to get this selection, and I'm going to go up here and I'm going to turn on the stroke. Okay, and it can really be any color. I'm just going to make it pink, and you're going to lower this to 0.25, and that's just the weight of the stroke. So you can see right there. Okay, I'm going to be printing on white vinyl, so I don't want it to print black. I actually want white letters. So if I make it white, it's going to tell the printer to use white ink. I don't want it to use any ink. So on this fill option, I'm going to select none. And so now I have just my pink outlines. Okay, but if I send this to the printer, it's just going to print pink lines. We have to tell Illustrator that we mean for these to be cut lines. Okay, so to do that, go up here and you're going to create a new swatch. I think you can edit that one. I just create a new one. And you want to change it to a spot color, and then you want to rename this as cut contour with no spaces. Okay, and like I said, this can be any color. You can make it green if you want. I'm just going to stick with the magenta. So you click OK. So now this is ready to go to the printer and cut this out. If you wanted to make it bigger, you can double click inside the box, highlight. Let's go 250. Alright, so I made it bigger, but my text box is still too small. Okay, and right now I have this cursor, so it's not, I can't adjust the box. You can hit escape. If you ever have that cursor, you can hit escape and it gives you the arrow back. The other shortcut is V, but if you hit V while you have the cursor, it will type a V in your text box and you don't want that. Okay, so I'm just resizing. Okay, if I wanted to make a couple of these, so instead of copying and pasting, there's a shortcut where you hover over, you hold down the Alt Option key on a Mac, and you just click and drag. Okay, and then if you wanted to like do 3 of them at once, I just clicked and put a box through all of them. Option. There you go. So once you're done, you are going to File, I think it's Export. Nope, sorry. File, Save As, an EPS file. Okay, click Save. And I haven't tried it with transparent. I always check opaque just because I was reading some forums and someone said they had problems, quite a few people said they had problems with transparent. So I just select opaque, hit OK, and it saves that file to wherever I told it to. You are going to want to save it to a jump drive and then take the jump drive to the computer that's running VersaWorks. But so you plug it in and open that up in VersaWorks, rip it, and then send it to the printer and you are good to go. So that's how you can make fonts or make words that cut out lines. With the printer you can also, I made these white, but we could have made them blue and cut out the lines with it. Okay, just the most important part is to make sure that the outlines are 0.25 and that you have made a new color and it is called Cut Contour with no spaces.